Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Guilty Movie Pleasures. In-depth discussion on movies, no matter how guilty they make you feel.
Are we here? Are we going?
Great.
I can't even hear myself in the headphones.
Oh, you can?
I can hear you.
Oh,
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good. Well,
Where
I'm
are
here. We are here on Guilty Movie Pleasure Tuesdays. Guys, if you want to call into the show, we are live today, 424-856-7784. We're not live, guys, so it's cool. No phone calls, not
Whose
taking
phone number was that?
I don't know. I just made it up.
You made that up? That seemed like a very
the phone
specific...
number here at the studio is 424 something, and it's usually written up there. That's why I was acting like it was on the board.
Gotcha.
No, I believed you. Somebody's going to call that.
Yeah. And just started harassing somebody about the 1993 classic Cliffhanger. But before we get into that, you guys know me. I'm Josh Macuga, at Josh Macuga on Twitter. To my left here, Ben Begley, star. I mean, he's a megastar at this point. He has so many rom-coms, and his one that's coming out this week on Hallmark Channel is, Have You Seen My Love? I've lost it. And it's...
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it stars him, Rachel Bilson, Rachel Bilson's sister.
He's making all this up.
Hillary Bilson. And
Hillary Bilson, she's a lovely human
she's
being.
absolutely
She's-
at Ben Begley Comedy on Twitter, and our good buddy, you guys know him from the Schmoes No Movie Show. He is the biggest Stallone fan, except for Bobby Finstock, or maybe they're
pretty
tied. We're pretty tied. You know him as JTE, Josh the Engineer. What's up, buddy?
Thanks, man. I would love if somebody accidentally called me and said, "Hey, I'm trying to talk about Cliffhanger." That would be like the best day ever.
And then here you are,
Here I am.
talking Cliffhanger.
Ah, so happy.
Now, we were talking before the show. You have seen this. You saw this in the theater when you were...
Yes, my dad, like anytime a Stallone movie came out, because they're rated R, I was a young kid, my dad would always take me to see it. Demolition Man, even the bad ones, Assassins, The Specialist.
Yeah, I like The Specialist.
Yeah, not a bad
The
movie.
Specialist is one of his weaker ones, so.
That is a guilty movie pleasure for sure,
Really?
because Eric Roberts alone.
And
in
it
that
has
movie.
the most non-sexual sex scene ever between
shower
him and
scene?
Sharon Stone. It's so weird.
At that point, everyone knew what Sharon Stone
As weird
looked
as
like
the True
naked, too.
Detective sex scene from this past week?
I've been hate watching that show,
yeah.
so I'm not caught up yet.
The
No,
worst.
let's not get into it.
Okay, but this movie, so I saw this in the theater too. My parents took me to see this in the theater. I think I was with like a couple of my buddies, and the opening scene of this movie
It's terrifying.
is one of the greatest movie scenes ever.
It's super scary.
It's awesome.
It's gut wrenching.
I watched it last night. I have a 100-inch
Cinematic
projector
as
screen
hell.
in my living room, and I watched it. And I was getting
Good for you.
I was getting freaked out. It was only $50, guys. It's not like I'm rich. I'm not. Trust me. They don't pay us here. What were we talking about?
Oh, the opening scene.
Yeah, the opening scene. You know, I don't remember when I saw this. I think I saw this at some point, maybe in college or something, when I was
The fact that you
going.
own the Blu-ray. Did you just buy the Blu-ray?
I bought it. The receipt in there says sometime in 2012, January.
Yeah, January 8th, 2012.
Which I think is
Might have been
probably-
like a Christmas present return.
No, I think what it was is one of the Expendables movies came out, and then I went and just bought a shitload of Stallone movies.
Good call.
That's what I do.
Really good.
But I hadn't seen it in maybe like, I don't know, 10 years or so. So I vaguely I remembered like John Lithgow's bad accent. I remembered the helicopter
That
crash
is
at the
one
end.
brutal accent.
But it's awesome.
It's a great movie.
so good.
And you warned me when I started watching it when we were texting back and forth last night about it, and you were like, it gets silly, and I'm like, how? It's so good so far. It's so pretty much grounded in reality.
Yeah.
And then you get the Stallone sled sequence, which
Oh
we'll
my
get to
God.
later.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
When
it
he
gets
uses the bad
goofy.
guy?
It gets goofy as hell.
I mean, there are really goofy parts of this movie.
And Stallone plays, like we were talking before the show, like an everyman instead of a
Yeah.
superhero in this.
Yeah. And
He's not that good at stuff.
Yeah, well, he tries to not be good at stuff, but then, the action star takes over on him, and he's like, I can take 400 punches to the face,
Yeah.
and then I can survive snow in just a sweatshirt. I can be dunked underwater forever and not get pneumonia and or hypothermia.
When he's freezing and all she gives him is like a little bit of a thicker thermal. It's
Yeah,
like,
that they found in like an old
pretty sure you
shack.
would need more than that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty sure you would definitely need.
I mean,
way
even
more
as an
than that.
actor, because they shot in the Alps.
No, the Dolomites.
The Dolomites.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Dolomites in
Dolomites,
Italian.
That's right.
In Italian.
That's what I meant.
Trentino Alto Adige. Sorry, I know my Italian.
You do.
Trentino
Very well.
Alto Adige is a region like way up north on the Swiss-Italian border.
Could you
It's
say that
beautiful.
again, but just maybe a little bit more American?
Trento Alto Adige.
Because
What does that mean?
the first time you said
it's
like
just the region. It's the region.
Is it called Stallone Mountain?
It's Stallone Mountain.
That's what they should call it.
The first time you said it like a high school Spanish class, like but in Italian.
Alto, DJ.
DJ.
Mario.
It's Luigi.
Well, it's supposed to take place in the Rockies. I guess before we get into it, we should do the plot in under 3 minutes.
We can do the plot in under 30 seconds for this.
Let's go 2.5 minutes.
Die Hard on a Mountain.
Die Hard on a Mountain. Done. Okay, in 3,
JT,
2, 1, JT, start. Go.
All right, so the movie starts off. Gabe Walker's best friend takes his girl up to a mountain. For some reason, it's better than sex. I don't know how the hell he came up with that excuse. She goes on there.
I've been to a rock wall. It's not better than sex.
The little red thing starts bending, which looks like it's made out of Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
I don't know how that thing's breaking. Stallone's friend, who's played by Rucker's like, don't go out there. And he's like, I'm going out there.
Well, here's the thing is, he's got the woman on the thing, but he goes first. He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
Babe, stay back with Stallone. It's fine.
And
2 minutes.
And he's a douche because he jumps off like he's going to fall.
Yeah.
So Stallone goes out there. He's holding down there. And this is the biggest flaw in the movie is there's no way Stallone would not hold on to that girl.
No.
Because he's Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
But I guess she has an oversized glove or something and she slips. She falls. Cut to
Dead.
Die Hard. Yeah. With gut wrenching.
Got it.
Cut to the Die Hard plot.
Yes.
Basically, these guys... at this point, no John Lithgow. We're in like the FBI. Oh, we're going to take a plane.
It's the Treasury.
Yeah, and then the real hero of the movie, who's like FBI agent who just catches a ride, fucks up John Lithgow's whole plan.
Minute and a half.
Because Lithgow is basically trying to steal this money. Because of the FBI agent shooting the ship, they go down. Gabe Walker, it's 8 months later. He's like, I can't do it no more. Shit goes down. They call saying they're like in trouble, but they're really not in trouble.
All right, you're losing it. Ben,
sorry, go.
So they call it saying they're in trouble. So then Stallone goes after him, and Michael Rooker's character goes after him, and then they get hijacked, and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna show us where the money is, or we'll kill you." So then Stallone goes. They find.
It escalates quickly.
They find the first briefcase, and he goes up there, and he's perfect. He's actually finding the briefcase for him. And they're like, "Fuck it, kill him!" And they start tugging on his rope that he's tied to, and he's like, "Ugh!" and he cuts it down. Then their next answer is to shoot the shit out of it, so an avalanche comes.
50 seconds.
They think he's dead. They go off. They go to find the other place. He reconnects with his girlfriend
Jesse,
and then they go to try and. Then the basic premise from then on is they got to get to the cases before the bad guys, and they keep getting to them and burning the money before.
And I will say their ability to traverse this mountain range quickly is second to none.
Astounding.
I mean, they are so
They go
fast.
spelunking in frozen caves.
Yeah, they climb and declimb. Declimb?
Sure.
Declimb? Sure. Okay, so what happens
Take
is...
it home, Macuga.
So finally...
20 seconds.
They're killing everybody. Lithgow kills his girlfriend. The guy who plays like the weird... He shoots this guy, Leon from Cool Runnings. He gets killed in a stalactite. Stallone finds the vast amount of money. He puts it in there, throws a new chopper. Lithgow, they fight on a helicopter. The helicopter rolls off, explodes.
3,
finally,
2,
the Treasury makes it there. And
1.
Stallone wins.
It literally has one of the fastest endings ever,
Yes.
where they're like, "All right, you guys sit tight. We're gonna come get you," and then the camera just pans off and the credits start rolling. And you're like, "What the fuck?"
Nothing is resolved at all.
It's amazing
They all
how-
resolved it on that mountain, Ben.
But that's a cliche of 80s and 90s action movies that on this show never ceases to astound me.
Yeah.
Is where there's no falling action, there's no denouement, as you might know from.
Could you say that like all your French class?
Denouement.
Oh, go on.
It's a falling action in script writing, but there's none. It's just like, boom, bad guy's dead. We're all right, and then we're done. That's it. It's amazing.
We'd even get into like Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin from Biodome, who are basically
true.
the extreme.
The world's worst.
Okay.
Those characters are so
I love how they're at a gas station, and you can't in the shot you can't even see a truck. Okay, you can't see, and they're like, "Gabe's back, Gabe! Nobody else drives that truck except us in a different color, bro." And then, "Well, Gabe, and then they trace him down, and then
They
you
have
realize
a conversation as they're speeding
down. What's up, guys? Gabe, back, going up the tower, man. It's gonna be the stream.
I can't do it. I'm done. That's it. 8 months ago I would have, but not now.
Hey, Gabe, come on, bro.
Hey, you guys, shouldn't you kids be in school? You're like 16.
Gabe, school makes me not cool, man.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. So if we could wrap this conversation up.
Where you been all this time, Gabe?
But like I said, seriously, I'm on the wrong side of the road. We're hitting
No,
a turn
but for
here.
real, Gabe, like where you been, bro?
All right, get the fuck out of the way.
Stallone yell.
Wow,
Do you guys know? There's a good Stallone yell for you. Anytime you want to say a Stallone, just say Stallone yell and it comes out of nowhere.
It's interchangeable with every other
It's like
Stallone
Bill and
yell.
Ted's.
Yeah.
Those guys, I think he does make reference to them being like kids, and they're clearly like 30.
30, yeah.
And they're also the world's worst actors.
Can you guys
on the planet.
can you guys see the one? Can you pick at one of the actors? I don't know who the other one was, but one of the actors, the guy who does the fall and almost gets eaten by wolves.
Yeah.
Do you know what other movie he was in? See if you can pick it out.
Absolutely not.
Hold on.
See if you can find it.
I
can start giving you hints if you
I
want
think
this to
I
be a
could give
quiz
you.
show.
I'm trying to remember which one died because they're so interchangeable to me.
If we
the
were
one
doing
with
it
the longer
live,
hair died.
if we were doing this show live, which we're not, we could have see who's talking in the YouTube clip, or you could call the number 424-897-4244.
Was it that guy?
What if that was my phone number?
Was it a guy from that Can't Hardly Wait movie?
No, maybe
Ethan Embry?
No, it wasn't Ethan Embry,
okay.
but I feel like that got made. But what the movie I'm thinking of is Blow. He plays Dooley in Blow, the guy that rats him out, the guy who's his buddy.
He's an actual actor?
Yeah.
I thought those were just friends of Rennie Harlan that were like, whoa,
What's up, Rennie? Come over here, fucking movie.
and he's like,
Yo, bro, Rennie, bro.
and then Rennie was just like, sure, yes, bro, whatever weird accent he has. I watched the behind the scenes on this. First
I've never seen him.
First
Have
off,
you?
the behind the scenes
I have. It's been a while.
Oh, they're amazing because they're like before behind the scenes became like well edited. So it's like when Rennie Harlan's talking, it's like his head appears in the mountain of and the frame's all weird. Like it's like his head is smushed to be inside of the mountain, and then it does this shitty like After Effects zoom, and he's like, yes, when making this movie, we were trying to just raise the stakes and make him not a superhero.
It's like
So
That's not
basically,
his accent,
Lithgow
but-
became Rennie Harlan. Like he
It's not his
modeled his
accent.
accent.
I just can't figure out his
Now,
accent.
you were
it
saying-
opened like Indiana Jones, basically. There was a thing
Yes.
that turned into
So-
a mountain.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like a sixth grader with like iMovie.
I'm going to
made it.
draw a picture. I don't know why my kid is now
Yes.
weird German. Hey, Mr. Harlan, I drew a picture of what your movie should look like. Would you like to see it?
Und it's a very good picture, Mr. Harlan.
We put snow on the mountain, and then there was a little climber man. We called him Sylvester. And Sylvester went up the mountain, and then his friends also went up the mountain, and they tried to find some money, and then they made a movie.
He turned almost like
We got to kill you.
that accent fluctuated so much. It went to like
Jesus.
Swedish, then like almost like Indian. It was amazing.
Well, that's
we
me.
should talk about that. The you were telling me last night.
Wait, I wanted to JT
yes.
a question real quick.
Sure.
Okay. Rennie
Just
Harlan.
shut me up. It's fine.
So, Ben, we have a guest.
We have a guest. Shut up.
This is why we don't have nice things.
You remember I have bad peripheral vision on my left.
True,
I didn't
true.
even notice you were here.
Sorry.
You were saying
yeah.
so Rennie Harlan did Die Hard 2.
Yes.
And you had the Die Hard effect is every bad villain in an 80s and 90s movie has to have an accent.
That and there's got to be one guy in the crew who just used knives.
Okay.
I feel like
And one really
it's like-
angry British guy, because
Yeah.
that's what this has.
Yeah, where'd that angry British
Yeah.
guy
Fuck.
come from? He had never
Wait.
mentioned soccer before the whole movie.
And first off, if he's from England, he would call it football, not.
Yeah.
You ever listen? Do you watch fucking soccer?
It's the longest thing ever.
We're gonna. He gets in, he lines up, gets his foot ready.
You guys
I
are
have-
so good at these voices. I feel like we could do a Cliffhanger animated show.
Let's do it.
It's just
I do
animated.
mean-
and Rennie Harlan would be there, and he would be doing his
That's Rennie Harlan.
That's Rennie Harlan. No,
I do have
but-
a clip of which one is it? Season's over as no. It's anyways, I'll figure it out.
I definitely have the one when he kills him.
No, there's a clip. There's
one?
Game over.
There's a sound clip where he gets really mad. I think it's called like terrible bad guys or something like that. But it's
yeah.
that British guy, and he's so bad. He comes out of nowhere. Like you haven't heard him
I
talk.
think I
at
told
all.
them to delete it. It was too long.
Okay, never mind then. Well, forget it. That's why I'm searching for something that's not there.
Maybe.
Like my career. Anyways, what's up? What's happening? What's happening?
Sorry, Ben. I threw you down a well and I didn't rescue you. I apologize. We already had too many, and we could rip
It's
off some
fine,
of the
it's
good
fine. No,
ones.
it's
Was
fine.
it Hilarious Villains?
Yeah. Let's
Oh
play
yeah,
it real
play
quick.
it. There you go. Who knew Ben was going to find the only one I deleted out of all the ones you gave?
Gravity's a bitch, isn't it?
Fuck the money and fuck you! I wasn't born to die on no fucking mountain.
Where were you born to die? Got a place picked out?
I don't need to hear that fucking shit from you, boy. Come on.
Maybe this boy should make this big mouth a little bigger.
Stop this!
The fight's not here. It's out there.
What that exchange?
That comes out of nowhere.
That last line is like something my coach would say at halftime.
Yeah.
As you're
Fight's
fighting
not here.
I wasn't born to die on a fucking mountain.
Oh, where were you born to die then, mate? That's not what he said.
I'll only hear from you, boy. And he goes straight racist on it.
Straight racist.
Because obviously.
Obviously, Cockney.
Yeah. And
It
then,
sounds like Jason Statham from Snatch.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you fucking.
Oh, fuck you, you fucking cunt, son. Fuck off. And then all of a sudden, This guy is the loose cannon of the whole group.
Oh, yeah.
Lithgow to a certain extent, but he's like the leader. You expect him to be the loose cannon. And then this guy, he's just around because he has a machine gun. They're like, well, we better keep the Cockney guy around because he's got the machine gun. Fuck yeah, and I'm not going fucking mountain.
He just he's the one who shoots all the innocent people, which also, it's kind of Michael Rooker's character's fault too.
Yeah.
Because every time that, like, he could have just let, like, the two extreme sports
let
guys
him go?
Yeah, the two extreme sports guys and Frank, the older helicopter pilot, both times they're there, and he could just be like, it's fine.
Don't shoot them.
Just go, just turn around. And instead, he dramatically in slow motion both times goes, no, Frank.
I mean, that old man,
annoying stoner.
The old man had it coming to him though. He was painting some bad paintings. He just he never wanted to like take the helicopter.
Banana eating a monkey is what it was.
It's meta, guys. It's meta.
Very meta.
Come on.
But I mean, Michael Rooker's character like literally gets all those people killed because he over dramatically runs to try and save them.
Why do you think he got his hand chopped off in Walking Dead? He's not, it's true. Now, okay.
It's karma. It came back 20 years later on a whole different genre.
Yep. Still on a mountain, but they were on a mountain outside Stone Mountain, Georgia, at the beginning of Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, okay. JT, you know to this day that that aerial scene between the two planes.
That's what I was trying to get to 20 minutes ago.
Most expensive.
Is the
That's what I was going to mention.
Go ahead.
Most expensive aerial stunt ever performed.
Yeah. They only did it once. Sylvester Stallone gave up like $100,000 of his salary in order to get that thing made.
It's crazy
because an insurance company wouldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Unless they put a stuntman on it, and they only did it. They did it in one take. That was it. That was real. That was legit.
I thought he gave up more than that, and it was $100,000 he gave up to reshoot where the rabbit survived.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because apparently in the first cut of it, that rabbit just gets
destroyed. Like Cecil the lion.
Yeah.
Come on, Rennie. Come on. You know audiences aren't going to be cool with an innocent rabbit just getting blasted.
Yeah, and as the rabbit's getting shot, Rooker's like, no!
Hop away!
One too many times.
Bugs! And then
shit!
He machine guns the shit out of the snow, and then the rabbit just reappears. Here's the best part about that rabbit scene. That's a silly scene. That's funny. He's like, he hears a rabbit in a snow hole, and he's like, well, I can just stick my head in there. Rabbits are quick enough to get away from me. Hey, Gabriel, you should get a rabbit, put it on his neck, you put the sensor on his neck, they'll never know where the money is. Go, take it. Come on, man. This is good.
But wouldn't the rabbit run away from me?
But Gabe, you're like the coolest, man. You can do anything, bro.
Yeah, but like then there's other times in the movie where like I yell, hey, I'm over here. And then I have no plan when the bad guy comes.
You shouldn't do that, Gabe, bro. It's not the coolest.
And then there's a time where I pull the guy through the bridge and then I fall into the freezing water and then I dry really quick.
You should be careful and bring a towel next time, bruh.
Yeah, I should have actually just shot him with the gun that I had at the time that I shoot through the glass while I'm in the freezing water. Why didn't I just do that instead of grabbing him and pulling him through the bridge?
Because sometimes you gotta get him in a place where you might be able to definitely shoot him in the chest, bruh.
Yeah, or just the screenwriter and the director were trying to make me more of an everyman John McClane instead of like, my superhero self.
That makes total sense, bro.
Yeah, I'm vulnerable.
Your Stallone is pretty damn good.
I told you that story. Yeah, I told that story on here. Yeah. I don't need to tell it again.
Yeah. I'll go back and watch all this.
Thanks,
What the other one? I did that. Anyways, I'll tell it real quick.
Yeah.
I did that impression outside of a theater when we were walking out of Bullet to the Head.
Oh,
I was like, I'm still. And this dude goes, oh my God, that's amazing. And then he yells at his like 90-year-old mom who's hoofing it out of the theater to bingo or something. He's like, Ma, you gotta listen to this. And she turns around, she's like, what is? She's like,
then she turned around, she's like, what's going on, Brian?
And he's just like, listen to this guy's impression. I'm like,
I'm Sylvester Stallone.
She goes, oh, that's good, dear, and just walks out.
Yeah, it's pretty good, bro.
It was the most anticlimactic. This guy was like super excited about it.
You guys want to get Yogurtland? Okay.
You're really good at that guy.
Okay. So,
that aerial stunt is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's crazy. For
one plane blows up.
Did we explain it?
No.
I don't know. So basically, to the audience, if you haven't seen it in a while, a guy zip lines on a not very taut wire cable between two planes that are like 3,000 feet in the air or whatever. And it looks
3,000 feet?
I don't know how many thousand.
It's got to be at least 15.
15,000 feet?
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
We're not there. Whatever.
I'm not.
Could have been. Whatever.
Excuse me, I don't have my aeronautical knowledge with me right
But
now.
bro, when you're up that high, bro, you gotta know.
But I was watching on the behind the scenes, like how much they actually shot really high up, like a lot of it. And Stallone's afraid of heights.
Yes.
I'm terrified of heights.
Are you?
And fuck yeah, I'm terrified.
Really?
Anything involving a possible death, yes, I'm really afraid
Oh
of.
man, I could just jump right off a building. I mean, not a building. I could jump off a cliff and be like, "Snow's down there, bro. Let's see what happens." The extreme.
There is the one part in the movie, one of the many guilty parts, where he just runs and jumps off a cliff, and you're like, how the fuck? And then he like
He looked like he jumped really high.
breaks his
really
fall on
far.
some trees.
Yeah.
How did that?
It's Rambo First Blood all over again, man. When he jumps off the mountain.
It's really
So apparently,
rough.
in like the Did You Knows is that in the first cut, the audience laughed out loud at that part because he like jumped from like mountain to mountain, and it was like a 40-foot jump.
They
Obviously,
have that
he's
on the
not-
deleted scenes.
Oh, do
it
they?
looks
It
ridiculous.
does look. It's like the greatest Olympic runner could not jump off that thing.
And he's just running in snow. Okay,
Yeah.
the guiltiest scene for me is when I laughed out loud was when he's sliding down the hill on ice.
Human sled.
And
Dude,
he's
I
just
love
like,
that scene.
"Ah," and he's like, the guy's
Yes.
face in the snow.
Yes.
And he like they have the wherewithal at what looks like extremely high speed.
Yeah.
He just like, fuck it, I'm riding this, and and like blood on his face, and then he's like, I better get my ice spike.
Yeah. And then,
Whack. Thank God. That scene was absurd. That was like the scene in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when Clark W. Griswold goes to the land speed record and the
Yeah.
saucer. Hank did.
Hank did. Check you later, dude.
I mean, it's ridiculously awesome, is what I would argue.
I don't care what point of the hill you're on, two human beings would not go that fast on a human. You can't make a human sled. Your clothes would snag. Your head would snag.
Unless it's sheer ice, like a sheer
like
ice
just a
mountain,
sheet of ice.
and you're going that,
Yeah.
and even then, you wouldn't be able to stop with your ice pick.
Yeah.
You'd be screwed.
Your arm would get ripped out of a socket.
I was giddy during that scene. That scene was ridiculous. And they kept like flipping each other over. Like there was at one point
and
where
there was no stall in
yeah, the bad guy's riding Stallone, and then they like turn, and yeah, you're right. It's just like. And my favorite was what, like you said,
Yeah,
this
the face.
shoving his
Yeah.
face, and then it somehow just made like these like streaks, like
It's
an
iceberg.
claw.
Yeah, it's shaved.
It's an iceberg, so it's just a claw.
It's Italian water ice.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's
They are in
insane.
Italy.
But like,
I think your favorite guilty moment was the
God.
stalagmite.
Is it stalactite or stalagmite? One's above.
Jonathan,
one's
could you
below.
look up what a stalagmite versus a stalactite is?
So
please?
this is great though because here wait actually Jonathan, before you do that, I have what Stallone says right before this. It's I'm over here or something like that.
Yeah, you have a problem with this.
This scene is ridiculous. It's
You
like-
love this scene.
I
don't
Here we
have
go.
a huge problem with it.
So
but,
Stallone's being stalked by
Yeah.
Knife Guy from Cool Runnings
Yeah.
in this stalagmite.
His name is Darius Bannock, and he's the fastest man on the island
Sure.
of Jamaica,
Okay,
and he's the driver of Cool Runnings.
Stallone
he's
yells.
a badass, too.
Stallone yells this, and I'll go on after.
If you want me, I'm in here.
yes.
If you want me, I'm in here.
I think the element, he's like MacGruber in that scene. Like the element of surprise is
Yes.
just gone.
Yeah, but also like so
Was
then
he trying to pull her away from the girl? Wasn't that the
I
reason?
guess no, because I really
Well, they were trying to set up the thing so he would come and meet Stallone, and then the girlfriend would kick and then get physically abused by the domestic violence in a cave
Yeah, that's tough.
by Cool Runnings.
Because when you hear that, you would think his plan is maybe he's like at first I was like, okay, maybe shitty action movie logic. The echo makes the guy think it's somewhere else, or he's drawing him away from his girlfriend, like you
Right.
said. But then he draws him near, and then Stallone just stays there like this, like, what do I do?
And then
his girlfriend kicks him in the face.
then he
Then the
turns
dude
around.
beats the shit out of her.
Again, there's no planning into that
then you
attack.
think, okay, maybe when he's hitting her, Stallone's gonna attack.
No.
Nope, Stallone just gets like
He was taking a
roundhouse
selfie.
kicked.
He's like, girlfriend us.
Girlfriend.
Crushed it. Crushed
Yeah.
it.
Hashtag she deserved it. So then, like, he just roundhouse
No
kicks
means
her.
snow. See what I did
No
there?
means snow.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
She, women are going to hate that joke. She gets, like, he gets roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Still no plan.
Yeah.
And then, right when Stallone should be on the verge of death, finally a plan kicks in, which is grab him by the nuts, lift him over his head, and impale him on a stalagmite or stalactite.
Which, by the way,
Stalactite, yes.
stalactite. Okay.
A stalagmite is
on the ground.
one on the ground. The stalactite. I remember
'Cause
science
top.
class.
Stalactite.
Yeah, right, Jonathan. You're from Tennessee. You didn't have science class. You had church. You didn't teach you evolution.
God science. God said it held on tight.
And would God say that a man could lift another man and impale him on a... Dude, there's no way there's a stalactite in the world that is sharp enough to impale a man with just the force of a human push.
That's the thing that's the most...
Maybe break his back.
First of all, it wasn't like something off the edge of a house. They're in a ice cave.
But here's the thing. We've established that this movie is trying to make Stallone
JT.
not a superhero.
Yes, exactly.
And then and so he's not necessarily good at planning things, but he's good at impaling a very muscular guy through the spine, bone, and rib cage.
Yes.
He got his ass
With the
kicked, first of all, because the
stalactite.
guy's a professional.
Exactly.
Kicked his
So
ass.
how did he have enough energy to lift this giant man up?
The guy climbs cliffs without any harnesses. He's pure muscle.
Okay, I'll give you that.
He's in
I'll
the
give you
gym
that.
every day just benching
I'll give you
300. All he knows how to do is
And he did
bench.
survive.
Here comes the Stallone apologist straight across.
He did survive a human sled. So
That's
maybe
true.
He's
That's
grown.
true. Okay, that's true. We'll give him the stalactite impale just for right now.
I feel like we do. Do you want to do a round on?
Yes.
I'm in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it.
Let's play that again.
Okay, let's see. The power went out the other night, and I've a decent sized apartment, not too big, but you can get lost in it. You can get lost in it at night. And
Especially you open up a cabinet and all the DVDs fall out on you, then you really get lost.
Actually, that's what happened.
Oh, crazy!
I was looking for a flashlight in my DVD closet, and all 2,000 of them fell on me.
Wow!
And Renee came out looking for me, and she was like, "Babe, where are you, babe?" And I yelled,
If you want me, I'm in here.
She just kind of said, "You deserve it because you own too many
and
movies."
She walked around the pile of DVDs and got herself a nice cup of chamomile tea.
Yeah.
JT, you were telling me a story about
About what?
it was you, Gronkowski, and Tom Brady, and you went to the NFL offices looking to protest the Tom Brady suspension, right? You can take it from here.
Yeah, so we went to go protest,
Right.
and first thing I did was I'm going to kill Goodell.
Right.
I got to kill this guy because what he did.
Or at least impale him on a
Yeah,
stalactite.
it's-
I don't understand sports references.
So the first thing I did is I said,
commissioner of the
Gronk,
NFL.
go use your head and ram the power line.
Right.
Take the lights out.
Great.
First things first.
Power's out.
Tom Brady, give him a football, knock out a few of those windows so I could get in there.
The balls were hard. They weren't deflated.
They were completely overinflated to make sure
Right.
they could break the windows.
Got it.
So once I get in there, and it's totally dark, and Goodell's just like, what the hell's going on? Of course, I have night vision goggles on.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I basically just hid under his desk. And
you were waiting for
Goodell
him.
said, somebody help me. Somebody help me. And I said,
If you want me, I'm in here.
That's pretty good. I knew that's how the story ended, so but I saw that coming. Go ahead.
I'm the world's worst hide and seek player. Because I get afraid of the dark. That's
Sure.
why I went to the comfort of my DVDs when the power went out. So it's dark. I was a kid. We were playing hide and seek, and I got freaked out. And instead of they came in the room, and I could have let them pass me by, but I was getting a little too spooked, and instead I yelled out.
If you want me, I'm in here.
And then I lost because I hid and they sought me. Mm-hmm. Is that how that the proper tense?
Yeah.
That was an awful one. May go down in history as my worst one yet.
I don't know.
Worse. I've had
worse. This is kind of a personal story, and I don't know if I'm allowed to share it. You know what? I'll say it. Okay. So I was cast in Raid 3. Do you guys know that?
The Raid 3?
Yeah, Raid 3.
no way.
Yeah. Raid 3, Josh Macuga's person. Anyway.
The title's in the works.
It's in the works.
It's an
working
American
title.
remake, but the third movie.
Right, the Raid 3. So we wanted to do a scene sort of like the bathroom scene in Raid 2, where, everything's going and he's got to fight his way out of the bathroom stall. But instead, what happened was I was in one of those high-end bathrooms at a really nice country club, and I got locked in there. And I couldn't get out. I was screaming, and then finally, 9 girls came in, and they were like, "We're looking for Josh Macuga," and I was like, "Well,
If you want me, I'm in here.
And I was like, let's get the fucking shit on. And we got freaking naked.
Josh, every time you do one of these, it's just, I want to shrink myself down like Ant-Man and crawl inside your brain and figure out where this comes from. Because at first you say the Raid 3, and then it becomes you with basically having a ninesome. And
You're forgetting me. It's a tensum. So
Yeah, there you go. Tensum.
9 + 1 is a tensum. It's the old dodecahedron of.
You know what that reminds
Your
me?
brain is like a more innocent version of American Psycho, where you live out these fantasies, but you're just not killing anybody.
No,
You're just in the raid 3, and then you have sex with 9 women. It's adorable.
when you're in a relationship with a girl, and at first it's hot and heavy.
Sure.
The sex is like an event.
Yeah.
But after a while, for me, when I'm with a girl, I get Monday night, I'm watching Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. I'm ordering Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
I eat so much food I can barely get off the couch.
Yeah.
And my lady friends in the room like, come in the bedroom, I want to make boom boom. And I go,
If you want me, I'm in here.
I don't get off that couch.
And I would like to just
How do you top it? I want to make boom boom.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, JT's like, I love how boobs are like bags of sand. Bags of sand. Yeah?
I want to make boom boom.
Hey, hon, I'm gonna make boom boom now. And you're like,
we were doing
I guess a boom boom myself.
we were doing a Flintstone, role play.
yeah.
Oh, okay. You mean Bam Bam?
Well, all right, let's go. Let's go to some other sound clips. Do you have any other notes you wanted to go? I would like to pick out a couple things.
I have so many notes, but it's fine.
Oh, I will give a little trivia.
Go ahead.
Originally supposed to star in this movie was Christopher Walken instead
As
of
Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been actually awesome.
But I don't know, because Lithgow's so good in this movie.
He's actually pretty good. His accent's ridiculous, but it's good.
And who was supposed to play? Wasn't Stallone supposed to be somebody else? And then they got him. Oh no, he was supposed to do another movie.
He was supposed to do another movie with John Candy.
Right.
It was supposed to be like Neighbors, a comedy.
Yeah, comedy, but
Yeah, because we were talking how he had a string of kind of shittily received
90s
movies,
were pretty
like
bad.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Was the movie right before this?
whoa.
I didn't say. I said shittily received.
Yes, he said received. I mean, like, one film he did in the 90s that I actually like is Oscar.
I do remember liking it. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in decades.
It's where he's
but I
the
liked
mafia gangster, Tim
Oh,
Curry.
yeah.
Marissa
That's a good
Tomei.
movie. Yeah.
but
I need to rewatch that one. I want to try and own every Stallone
John
movie.
Landis
Okay.
directed that movie too.
Speaking of Christopher Walken and John Lithgow and the thing, we have two John Lithgow's scenes back to back, and I'd like for you guys to notice that he is very fond of a certain word.
Walker, you resilient bastards.
And
Stop transmitting, you stupid bastard!
Well, I mean,
Stupid bastard.
he hates Alexander Hamilton. He's not a fan.
He's just
for those of you not historically
bastard.
up, Alexander Hamilton was a bastard.
That's a good reference.
Yeah, thanks. No problem. Let's play the first one again.
Walker, you resilient bastards.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, and I think you guys know where I'm going to go with this one. John Lithgow was the original writer creator of Walker, Texas Ranger, and
Of course.
and he really got the job based off that line. And in the pilot of Walker, Texas Ranger, that line must have been said 100 to 110 times in 45 pages, 46
Yeah.
pages. And they were like, Jesus, Lithgow, like that's enough. So what happened was he went across the street from Walker, Texas Ranger to where they were making the Moonwalker video game on Sega Genesis. And he walked in, and Michael Jackson, huge fan of Cliffhanger, saw him walk in and said,
Walker, you resilient bastards.
Actually, I don't know if you remember season 1 of The Walking Dead, when they didn't know you had to shoot the zombies in the head. So they're just blasting away, nothing's happening. And Rick Grimes just looks at him and he says in his gruff Rick Grimes voice, but this accent will do.
Walker, you resilient bastards.
When he said it, it was more like,
Walker, you resilient bastard.
Walkers, you resilient bastard, Carl.
Carl, Shane, Lori.
JT, here's the thing.
I don't know what to go with this one.
it's a very specific one.
Basically, Lithgow's favorite show was Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
And he was really worried that he wasn't going to get picked up for a second season.
Ah.
And when the studio called, said, guess what? We're picking up for a second season. He said,
Walker, you resilient bastards.
That's good.
There's been a lot of tension between Jim Beam and Johnny Walker over the years.
Yeah, I didn't know that. One's a bourbon, one's a blended scotch.
Yeah, and after a lot of heated discussion, a lot of consumerism-based like strategies and things like that, finally Johnny Walker won, and Jim Beam just looked at him and was like,
Walker, you resilient bastards.
"There's a lot of tension between those companies."
Now, here's the thing. You guys know the band Dire Straits, and they have a great song called "Walk of Life." Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You do the walk of life. Yeah, you do the walk of.
Yeah, no, we got it. I'm gonna keep going.
Now I don't know. Do you guys know who wrote the lyrics to that? John Lithgow.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
And the guy that directed the video to Walk of Life, Rennie Harlan.
Yeah.
And they were talking about.
He loves Walk of Life.
We're very big fan of Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
It's so good. And they were talking. They were like, "What should we name the character in this?" And Lithgow was like, "We should call him something Walker, so that I can use a line from Walk of Life." And Rennie Harlan was like, "Gabe Walker?" He was like, brilliant. And then all of a sudden, they were just ad-libbing on a helicopter, and boom, here it comes. And he says it, and he says the line. Go ahead and play it.
Walker, you resilient bastard.
And then you don't notice, but in the movie, the band Dire Straits pops up in the helicopter, and they're like, "You do the walk."
But they do the thing that they do sometimes when the guns go off and they cut out all the sound and you just see them in slow motion and you know they're singing Walk of Life.
Exactly, because, Walker is one resilient bastard.
Speaking of helicopters, and not this improv game, but helicopters, I just remembered one of the biggest, another terrible plan.
Helicopter, you resilient bastard.
I just realized another horrible plan by Gabriel Walker, a.k.a. Sylvester Stallone. In the end, when he's like, I got your money, drop off the girl over there, and he gets her, he gets his girlfriend free, and then Lithgow comes back, and then he throws the money into the helicopter blade.
Yes.
And then his big plan after that is to
run
away from the helicopter and jump onto the ladder that he attaches the helicopter to.
Yeah, and then
what was he thinking was going to happen?
That thing looks like it could barely hold a human being, let alone a helicopter. Not exactly ideal. Again, he's an everyday
just improvising.
guy.
And he's like, oh shit, now I'm on the ladder.
He's doing UCB 101 kind of stuff right there.
It's just, and then it leads to the greatest fight on top of a half-broken helicopter I've ever seen hanging off of a cliff in the Italian.
I believe we have the final moment.
Oh man, this line is so good.
It's so good. This is
right before he kicks Lithgow to his death.
Yeah.
It's
I'll keep your arms and hands on
arms
board.
Arms and legs. A.
Remember, shithead, keep your arms and legs in the vehicle. At all times.
I love that pause. At all. And then he kicks him. Oh, it's so good.
Right in there. And it
makes sense because his job was probably to say that every time he brought somebody one of those helicopters.
Yeah. Now here's the issue.
Weirdly enough, too, he was trying to sell golf carts with the same line. And they were like, Stallone's golf carts.
Remember, shithead, keep your arms and legs in the vehicle. At all times.
Jesus, sir, it's just a golf cart.
The country club fired him quickly.
Yeah, well, it didn't go well.
The older.
He's got a whole garage full of Stallone's golf carts.
When he soccer style kicks Lithgow, it's amazing because he should just fly off the helicopter, but somehow he kicks him at the right trajectory just to make him go. Whoop. And fall back inside the helicopter. He does like a barrel roll. Like,
as that helicopter's falling, they cut to Lithgow's face, and he's just like, "Oh, shit!"
That's some of my favorite reactions in any movies ever are when the bad guy reacts to right before they die. Yeah. The best ever, though, is Gary Oldman in The Professional.
Oh, yeah.
When he has the pins and he goes, shit. Boom.
Yeah.
On this, in front of Die Hard, Alan Rickman being let go. Yeah, the slow motion.
What do you think is a better fall off something? The woman in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, when she goes and reaches for at the end, she falls in the thing. The girl in Cliffhanger, or Hans Gruber in Die Hard?
I think.
Well, that's tough.
I think Cliffhanger is the scariest because Hans Gruber looks a little dated because, I mean, Die Hard's a perfect movie, but his fall looks green screen.
Yeah, his is more shock, too. Like, I can't believe you let go. Her is pleading for her damn life.
Yeah.
And you feel it.
But that shot of the let go, and then when they cut and she starts falling, that is one scary freaking shot. I know,
because they used a real stunt person on a wire. I was watching they blended it between blue screen when they show the close up of her, and then a real person, and then a doll at the end. But you're like, by that point, you're still buying that it's a real person, and it's fucking
what
scary.
Is the better drop? We'll do this one. What's the better drop? Those three that I just gave you, or Stallone, or Schwarzenegger when he jumps out of the plane in Commando, and he lands in the swamp.
Or when Schwarzenegger in Terminator Genesis jumps out of a helicopter and lands on the other helicopter.
Well, he is a Terminator. I would like to see. I've always thought, because they always make the joke about it in The Simpsons when like something falls down a cliff, and it doesn't matter if it's a car, like a grocery cart or whatever. Mm-hmm. I would like to see if you dropped a helicopter 10 times from that height, how many explode immediately on impact.
None. I don't think any really.
That was
would.
the greatest thing though about
That's
the 90s.
Yeah.
They
It
used
explodes.
miniatures and they could blow the shit out of those miniatures.
Everything
But you know
exploded.
what? The miniatures look more realistic than most
CGI.
Yeah.
CGI effects nowadays. Like, I didn't even think it was a miniature helicopter, or when I was rewatching the original Terminator, I didn't know that was a miniature semi-truck at the end. It looks fucking real.
Is it really?
It's a
I don't
miniature.
remember that.
It's crazy. I've been watching a bunch of behind the scenes and shit. But like the 90s, that's the thing. That's what made it so cool is there's a tangibility to like a miniature being a real thing blowing up instead of computer shit blowing up.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
It's like real squibs versus the CGI blood everybody uses nowadays, which is fucking boring.
But the blood in this movie.
It's awesome. All the squibs are so good.
So good.
awesome.
And there are scenes in this movie where they're not on a mountain. It's a set.
Yeah.
Especially where he goes under the ice. I believe that whole thing was a set.
Yeah.
True.
And I think the scene, you can tell just sometimes by the lighting. Like when he hooks onto the building when he's sliding down.
Yeah.
The way it's lit, though, kind of sells it.
Yeah.
And I love how they use that, not just CGI. Oh, nowadays that would be all CGI.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we have
Several clips.
several.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh God, where do we even begin?
Let's do. I mean, I can't really see any of what they say.
Go down the line.
Yeah, just go down the line. We've already done.
We did A.
Yeah, we did A. Let's go B.
Kill a few people, they call you a murderer.
Yes.
Kill a million, and you're a conqueror. Go figure.
That's
figure.
That's Stewie Griffin. That is. I mean, that is something that I'm guarantee you Stewie Griffin has said in an episode of Family Guy because he's always trying to take over the world. Kill one person, you're a murderer. Kill a million, you're a conqueror. Like that is.
Or kill a million, you're Hitler. So I think that, pretty sure his weird.
Not the best.
And most people don't look fondly at conquerors either in history, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, unless you.
he said that as if he's like, if I killed a million, you would respect me. It's like, no. Genghis Khan, not really.
All right, let's go to C. What else we got there?
Yes. Do it.
Oh, that's when he says fetch, like fetch the thing.
That
and
guy.
Stallone looks at him. They do like a boxer stare off. That
You know
is
why?
Fucking incredible.
Because that guy screams in everyone's ear the entire.
Yeah,
I swear
He's
that.
like Fitch. Lithgow's like Fitch, and then nothing happens, and he just like, like Jesus, bro,
Travers,
take it easy. Yeah, Travers. Yeah,
Travers yells in Stallone's ear, like directly in his ear, and in Michael Rooker's, and I can just imagine the actor being like, "Dude,
like, come on, bro,
fucking come on, man,
fuck, I'm right the fuck here."
He
Are we
yells
talking about the
every
FBI guy?
line.
Yeah, the FBI guy.
Okay, I
Yeah.
loved him because he didn't even trust Lithgow.
No.
That's why I love that little aspect they put in there. Usually the bad guys are all on the
Yeah.
same team.
Yeah.
The fact like he's the first one down when the suitcases, he's like, why did you send suitcases? I had a feeling you might have left me behind.
Right.
And like they're basically fighting each other the whole time.
Oh, you know what's
Don't
just
say my name.
It's Destro and
Talking
Cobra
about
Commander.
Yeah.
Talking about the suitcases falling is I love how the first
just
one
say
they get
suitcases?
to suitcases.
Talking about the
These fucking suitcases, they fall off the fucking plane. Okay, so the suitcases fall down, and Schwarzenegger, I mean, God, Stallone goes up the mountain to open it, and he just takes a rock, and he's like, this thing fell like 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
And Stallone's just like, and it works. The rock on the old suitcase, because it's not full of treasury money that they haven't locked away in the most world secure suitcase. It's not a fucking Samsonite you got at Craigslist.
It still blows my mind that they try
At
to pull him
Craigslist?
off
What the? I just went on a rant. I'm sorry.
Speaking of that scene, I just want to give the MVP award to the FBI agent who just totally destroys their whole.
Yeah.
The whole reason why everything
Can't you
goes
see?
wrong.
He's fucking it up.
Yeah, literally, he's like the first guy on it, and then they think they kill him, and he's like shooting a Uzi from like a mile away, and he's hitting everything.
I know.
He's hitting the window. He hits one of the guys, and
That scene's so awesome.
Lithgow
It
has a
is.
great line. He's like, he's hurt pretty bad. Let's get him to a hospital quick. Throws him right out of the plane. I was like,
oh
yes.
man, Lithgow, crushing it. Let's go to D.
Or you mean we already
I
did
think
that
we
one?
just did.
E,
Yeah,
F.
F.
No, we did that one. G.
Gotta Lithgow yell.
Oh, Lithgow yell and then
Okay.
Stallone yell. We'll
Yeah,
compare them
we'll
real
compare.
quick.
Let's see.
That's Lithgow.
It's pretty womany.
There's something about the Stallone yell that he like Lithgow's just like Stallone does like a beautiful crescendo. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, in Lithgow's defense, I believe that yell is from when he's falling to his death.
no,
in the
it's when
helicopter.
Stallone bites him.
Oh yeah, okay.
Stallone bites him on the helicopter. Those are both yells from the helicopter though, so it's like
Okay.
the same scene. Can we just play the Lithgow yell again? Okay, that's more than pain.
Yeah.
Stallone's is more of a.
I mean,
Like he sings
double,
his yell.
It's a double yell, right?
Yeah.
Am I hearing a double yell?
Well,
correct?
he's just kind of like,
yeah, because the first like,
yeah.
Lithgow sounds like he's like passing a stone.
Yes.
And Stone sounds like he's lifting a car off a woman.
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing it. He's going.
He's just so much more powerful.
He summons it. He summons it from his. You
Well
gotta
said.
cut the balls.
Well said. All right, let's go to some more.
I think we did real people.
I must admit you're a real piece of work.
Yeah, and I must admit you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah, must admit, you're
Yeah.
a real
I love
piece
it.
of shit.
Hey, Gabe, what Gabe's back, man? Hey, Gabe, you're a real piece of work, man.
Yeah, and Stoner Kid, you're a real piece of shit.
What the hell, Gabe, man? Just being like cool, like you're the coolest guy in the mountain. You're a real
Jesus
piece of
Christ,
work.
we've been driving on the wrong side of the road for 20 fucking minutes. We're lucky that nobody really drives up here, apparently.
Gabe, come on, bruh. Like,
You know
I'm
what?
so psyched, bruh.
I got an idea. If you want to continue this conversation, trade places with me so I'm not involved in a head-on collision because I'm the lead of this fucking movie.
Yeah, but Gabe, you're like the coolest, bro. You don't even need to worry about roads, because, like, you're the road man, right?
You know what? There's a gas station. I'm going to get some beef jerky. You guys keep fucking going.
All right. Can you play that? That line might be one of my favorite Stallone lines ever.
I must admit you're a real piece of work.
Yeah, and I must admit you're a real piece of shit.
I don't know. My favorite still is.
You're going to regret this for the rest of your life. Both seconds of it.
That's still my favorite ever.
Demolition Man. Yeah.
Both seconds of it.
All right, let's go to the next one.
We did.
What real love is, Crystal. Sacrifice.
Crack.
Point blank.
Crushes his
through
girlfriend.
The back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a dick.
I know.
He
Lithgow.
like touches her. He's like behind her. He's like he's almost like romantic to her.
Love is never having to say you're sorry. Hey, fuck off. Love is getting 2 bullets in your spine.
Terrible.
All right,
man.
let's play another one. What do we got here?
You want to kill me, don't you, Tucker? Well, take a number and get in line.
For some reason, I thought there was a point where they actually took a number, but then I remembered I just thought that would be hilarious.
Yeah,
if there
well,
was like a little like a deli counter thing
that's the thing.
in the helicopter.
like airplane or all.
Well,
just
let's be
one.
honest. You guys,
It's a deleted scene.
yeah, but all 3 of us went to a deli 2 weeks ago. We were at Bay Cities over in Santa Monica.
Yeah,
Lines
yeah.
so long.
Crazy.
Right? Just crazy. But we were in a rush. I picked the number 30, and they were serving 2.
It was
knowing
brutal.
full well.
Lunch
so
rush. What are you gonna do?
I just started friggin' karate chopping the shit out of people. Finally got to 7, and I turned around to the guy behind me and I said,
You want to kill me, don't you, Tucker?
I knew his name was Tucker.
Yeah.
Well, take a number and get in line.
It's exactly fucking right. You stupid idiot.
I had a similar story. I was at Subway.
Oh.
And the line was huge. It was taking forever.
Good.
For some reason, it was so long.
It was guacamole month.
Yeah, and they actually were giving out numbers. It was some new thing they're trying at Subway.
Yeah.
And I get to the line finally after being pissed. So I wait half an hour. The kid, his name's Tucker. I saw his name tag. I was like, fucking Tucker. And I start giving him the most complex order ever. I'm like, I want half of it with lettuce, the other half with cheese. Make sure the turkey and ham, but the turkey has to be below the ham. The ham has to be a 1/4 inch above the turkey. He gave me this dirty look, and I just looked at him and I said,
Ben, you got to work on deleting
You
your
want to kill me,
intros.
don't you, Tucker? Well, take a number and get in line.
that was the perfect jab.
It was great. You just when the movie John Tucker Must Die came out,
Oh yeah.
I destroyed it. I was working for a website at the time called Ben Begley's romcoms.com, and
Yeah.
it was
the site went down after
It did.
Low traffic.
low traffic. But
Very low.
when we were in our heyday, whoo, that was a good time.
Hey,
And I just
love, ain't that
destroyed
you?
that movie. Just destroyed it. Jesse Metcalf, go fuck yourself. And he came to my house. And I wouldn't open the door. Out of the window, I just screamed to him.
You want to kill me, don't you, Tucker? Well, take a number and get in line.
Exactly.
This is not going to be an improv riff, but I have
Tucker
a
Max.
John Tucker Must Die thing where I've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm really tired, I think it's hilarious to say, "Oh man, I'm John Tucker Must Die right now." And Renee is like, "Why did you say you're John Tucker?"
Get out!
Get out!
Get out! Get out of this room immediately!
John Tuckered Must Die.
I think we have like 1 or 2 more. What do we got? We're going to end on one of these.
Wrong answer, motherfucker!
Yeah.
What did he say?
Wrong answer. When you say John Tuckered out, John Tuckered must die, your wife should just say,
Wrong handsome motherfucker.
She does,
Yeah.
actually. She gets
Right?
very in that exact tone.
It's like when I go to, let's just say I go to a Taco Bell, and I'm like, hey, I want to get the Cool Ranch Doritos Locos,
Yep.
and like we're all out of Cool Ranch Doritos Locos shells, and I just scream right in that girl's face,
Wrong handsome motherfucker.
and then I just get the normal.
Did you see when I was on the
Simply,
Price is Right?
No, I didn't.
It was great. Wayne Brady was the host. He was super nice
That's cool.
before the show and everything. And
Yeah.
then they brought up toothpaste, which it was advanced whitening. And I know how much whitening toothpaste is, but not advanced whitening. So I was like $4.39.
Right, that sounds good.
And then it went, and he looked at me and he said,
Wrong handsome motherfucker.
Did you have to go black? I mean, you went with a black guy. That wasn't very
yeah,
nice.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, that
I
was
should have said
pretty-
Drew Carey.
Yeah,
I went with Wayne Brady.
that
That got racist real quick.
real quick.
One time I came home early from school. Some guy was like crawling out of my parents' bedroom window. And I said, did you just sleep with my mom? He said, yes. And I said,
Wrong handsome motherfucker.
Pretty good one to go out on, JT. I thought it couldn't get any more dark than Ben Begley's racist thing, but
That just got even more racist.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, man.
And weirdly enough, what happened was JT's mom was just reenacting a scene from Twins, and that was Danny DeVito coming out.
Danny
of the window.
DeVito.
All right, we have one more, I believe. Is there one more?
Season's over, asshole.
oh,
Yeah,
can I take this one?
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was Mark Ellis's party last year for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And one of his friends was there. He was a huge Seahawks fan.
Yep.
And then the play happened. Malcolm Butler, interception. I turned over and I said,
Season's over, asshole.
You know, there's a
Patriots
neighbor.
win.
Shot him with a shotgun in the chest.
There's a neighbor who there's a neighbor on my street who's notorious for leaving their Christmas decorations up till like April.
Oh, that's the worst.
And so finally around like March 31st this year, I went over there, I just started pounding on the door and I started ripping down the Christmas lights and I screamed at the top of my lungs.
Season's over, asshole.
shot this.
And then this like 10-year-old kid came out and I felt so bad. I was
You
like,
shot him with a shotgun.
no, I didn't know. God, no.
And then, well, it's kind of
I forget, yeah, there was a shotgun blast. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite death scenes.
Oh, that's awesome. I like to cook. Big fan of cooking, and I make my Sunday sauce once a month, and I let somebody play with my sauce a little bit. It sounded weird, and
Your Sunday
they
sauce.
started putting up a whole bunch of pepper and then some like oregano, and I just went up to him and I said,
Season's over, asshole.
and then I went
Seasoning's over,
to
asshole!
seasoning's over, asshole.
I see what you did there.
And then I got kicked out of the party, and I couldn't stay at my own house because that's where everybody was eating. So I went to a hotel down the street, and the concierge, aka the guy checking you in at the front desk of the hotel, said
Season's over, asshole.
Because there was no vacancy.
no vacancies.
Man,
Yeah, exactly.
I say we end on that. That's
Yeah,
pretty damn
yeah, I know.
good. You did a double. A double tap. Pat, pat.
Crack, crack. All right, guys. Cliffhanger, 1993, Sylvester Stallone classic. It's in the books. Guilty Movie Pleasure. Thank you, JTE.
Thank you.
Find him on Twitter at JTE.
Don't you dare
At
throw my Blu-ray.
Schmoes, JT.
At Schmoes JT, and you have
Box Office Breakdown. I have my own podcast, JT Movie Thinks.
JT, which I've been on, and Ben should be on pretty soon.
Definitely soon. And Schmo Down this Thursday. I'm taking out
Oh,
Campia.
shit, Schmo down.
I'm going to drop him off a cliff.
Oh, yeah. You're going to walk up to him right after
Yeah.
you win and say,
Season's over, asshole.
and then shotgun blast to the chest. Shit's
Yes.
getting dark in here today.
Dark.
It's getting dark.
My buddy Ben Begley.
At Ben Begley Comedy, benbegley.com. More news coming soon. I always say that,
Yeah.
but there is.
There is.
The Funhouse Massacre, the film that my wife wrote with me. We co-wrote it together. There's some news coming out about that really soon. So
Nice.
we're very, very
Exciting.
excited. It's a super kick-ass horror comedy. Robert Englund, Jerry Burns, bunch of people in it.
Can't wait to see it.
gonna
Really
be awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really
Just the
excited.
stuff I've seen online looks
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be real fun.
And
really gory.
me, at Josh Macuga on Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of fun stuff. You guys can see my show, Between the Sheets, youtube.com. This week we had Cops. We're going to get you on soon. Promise.
You're going
He
to
keeps
say
saying that to me too.
I've had you on already.
Once, like
dickwagon.
3 years ago.
Come on, your episode's still up
Hey,
there.
I'm on season 1.
Come on, Ben. Like your episode was up there, bruh.
Listen, bro, I came on and there was a psychic and he blew my mind.
You can't be listening to no psychics, bro. I'm the psychic. You know what I'm thinking?
What do you think?
We end this show right now, guys. Until next time, what's your guilty movie pleasure, bruh?
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only, not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network.